Yes, guys, welcome back to your Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0 preview. As we do, I just had to kick out. As we do come out of this game with a point. Tough to really sum up here because we've not won in our last three, including this one. Our last three opening day fixtures, including this. Draw here, loss against City, draw against Liverpool. And here's the thing. You'll see overreactions on that, right? On that game. You'll see overreactions. But I'm taking this with a pinch of salt. For three reasons. Low block. We do sit against low blocks. We all know this. Opening day of the season. And I'd probably lay the third reason down to decision making at times. Now, I've seen worse. I think that Bournemouth game was terrible. Worse than this, because they weren't even playing low block. Bournemouth at home I'm talking. Bournemouth away I'm talking. Or Bournemouth at home even, you could argue. But Bournemouth away. Next week we play West Ham, who don't play low block. So I think we will actually do well next week. I think we will win. But let's talk about the game, shall we? First half, Eze scored a free kick, got disallowed due to a infringement in the line of a free kick. In the wall, I should call it. I call it a line, but wall sure works. Joe for making my ear. Reece James got yellow carded. I'm really just trying to think about what even happened that half. Del Pedro kind of disappeared. Second half. Esteval comes on. Actually does decent, causes a threat. He didn't look void of ideas. In fact, there was a moment where he kind of cut inside, right? And not to say he skied it, right? But it goes wide. Another touch from Esteval as well. It got swinged over to the left. Palmer lays it off to or was on the right. Whatever. Neto wanted it. Esteval took the shot. He kind of tested it. Ran towards the left hand side. They took the shot. We also had another chance from Andre Santos. Header, not the greatest header, but it was going on target. It could have creeped in. Santos rushed the shot. He could have actually took a touch, composed himself, then shot. He didn't. He skied it. Gusto also came on, took a shot, skied it. That was basically the whole memo of this game. Have the ball, make a chance, sky it. Get the ball, get up the pitch slowly, take a shot, sky it, right up the goalkeeper, headed it over, headed it right up the goalkeeper. That's the whole story. We weren't, I'm not going to say we were terrible, as I've seen on Twitter. I think we were void of ideas at times. I'm not going to say that we were amazing. I will say we were not great. I want to pick out a few names individually who were a bit shit today. Enzo Fernandez. You can argue, but he only had 60 minutes of preseason. You may be right. But, come on, man. Come on. I even think Del Pedro had 60 minutes of preseason as well. Because he came on against Leverkusen near the end, and like he didn't exactly have 60, but he had slightly more, but still not a lot of minutes. Like we have players who put in a better display who barely had a full 90 in pre-season, which, like, when I mean full 90, I mean 90 combined. But even then, Enzo Fernandez wasn't great today. He had a few good moments, a few amazing passes actually. Managed to swerve out right. I believe it was Neto on the left at the time. I know Neto had been shifted to the left for Esteban to be on the right. But yeah, and then the Neto ball kind of swished in. Not swished, but kind of went in. Can't remember who was on the end of it, but that didn't go in, if you can tell already. Yeah, to say that we were terrible is a lie. I definitely think we could have been better. Definitely think we are and can be better. And I think it was just the fact that Glasner knows how we struggle, low blocks. I think Gittins, I'll touch on in a second, but I do think inverting against a low block, why? Why are we inverting against a low block? Now, I think the only possible reason I see this as why I actually think we inverted today is because Muska probably thought that he wanted to try and match up their midfield numbers or try and get one or two more over them, which kind of worked, kind of didn't, because they play 3-4-2-1, which means you have the two tens, which is Ismail Lashar and Eze. And what practically happens is that you kind of have them two, then you have the midfield two, which makes it 4, and we play with a pivot. And if we didn't invert, I feel like we would have been overran, and that was probably the reason why we played with an inverted fullback today, because we were going to get overran fully. Even I'm not saying that we weren't overran today, but we could have definitely been overran a lot more than we were. Caicedo did decent today. Obviously, no one had an amazing performance, but no one had an absolute stinker as well. Okay, Enzo did, kinda. But yeah, another name who didn't put in the greatest display today, I'd probably say Gittins. Look, he's 20, I know. Okay, and this might contradict a post I put on Twitter, but I actually don't care. He had 55 minutes of game time today. Yeah. I believe I swear to God, yeah, like, he didn't do anything off that left-hand side. Like, he didn't even have a single spark. Like, I believe he had one spark, but even then, I was like early on in the game, and he just went quiet. Yeah, Pedro didn't have a particularly great game today also. Yet again, looked quiet. Didn't even have a shot. I believe he had one or two shots, but we weren't great, and I'm not nervous. But I was feeling way more confident in this game compared to the last two seasons' opening games. I guess we just can't beat low blocks. We can't kill low blocks. We got West Ham on Friday. Your preview for that will be Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not putting a set time, a set day. I'm not. Because I said Saturday evening. It came out Saturday early afternoon. Just know Wednesday or Thursday is your preview for West Ham versus Chelsea. Just know. But yeah, I think to end this off, I'd like to say we need a centre-back. George sat jumping at central centre-back today. It's not Levi Colwill. He didn't advance the ball forward enough. And the only times we did advance the ball forward from the back is Reece James or Chalobah, the wide centre-backs. And Gusto as well, like, he didn't exactly advance the ball forward, but he got forward, he had a few shots, which is at least something. Now, obviously, when the second half kicked off, I was surprised that Hato didn't come on at all. Because I feel like Hato, I'd probably say Talbot, or even Reece James, and like shift the back a bit, put Talbot right back, have Hato back three, have Hato down the middle, try that even, but I guess Hato starting on Friday, I guess. We need a left centre back, and we need to have someone who could play down the middle. Is that Talbot? I don't know. That could have been Tosson, but Tosson was injured. Fofana, I'm pretty sure didn't make the bench. I didn't even really look at the bench that much in terms of the graphic. By the way, neat graphic by Chelsea. Yeah, nothing else to really say. Just 0-0. I think this is the first 0-0 we've ever done a preview on the channel. I believe we've actually scored in every other game. Yeah, quite a dull review. Dull. Make sure you are followed to my Twitch, as there will be a lot of watch-alongs. I'm not sure if I'm doing Arsenal Man United though, because it kicks off in 15 minutes from when I'm recording this. But if it is a Arsenal versus United watch-along, you will see it on my Twitch. If it isn't, then that isn't. All links will be in the description, of course, like always, or at least if I remember. But yes, guys, if you did go and enjoy, like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and peace!